Picture this. A bustling airport, people from all walks of life eagerly awaiting their flights. Amid the crowd, a well-dressed black man approaches the boarding gate, holding a first-class ticket in hand. But what should have been a seamless boarding process turned into an unforgettable lesson for everyone present. As he handed over his ticket, the gate agent frowned, glancing between him and the ticket. "I'm sorry," she said, her tone laced with doubt. "Are you sure this ticket is yours?" The man smiled politely and nodded, but she wasn't convinced. Moments later, she refused him entry, stating there was a mistake with his booking. Whispers spread like wildfire through the waiting area. Some passengers rolled their eyes, assuming he didn't belong in first class. And then he spoke. "Mistake? The only mistake here is assuming someone like me couldn't afford this seat. Perhaps you should check again." His words struck a chord. The gate agent, flustered, double-checked the system and realized she was wrong. Without another word, she handed him his ticket and let him board. But the damage was done. Once on the plane, the whispers grew louder. People eyed him with judgment, until the captain emerged, shaking the man's hand. "I almost didn't recognize you, Mr. Carter. Thank you for being one of our top investors and supporters." The silence was deafening. And then there was the story of Serena Langston, a self-made billionaire. Flying for an important meeting, she arrived early and requested service in the lounge. But the staff, seeing her simple attire, brushed her off. One attendant even muttered, "She doesn't look like she belongs here." But 2 minutes later, everything changed. Serena received a call. It was from the CEO of the airline, thanking her for the recent $20 million investment in the company. The staff froze. Slowly, the realization dawned. They just humiliated their new boss. Serena didn't yell or scold them. She simply smiled, grabbed her coffee, and walked to her flight. Her grace left everyone in awe, teaching them a silent yet powerful lesson about respect. Finally, imagine this. A flight attendant approaches a black woman in first class and asks her to leave. The reason? "This seat isn't for you," the attendant snapped. But the woman, calm and poised, responded, "Why don't you check your passenger list again?" The attendant smirked but obliged. 7 minutes later, she returned, visibly shaken. The woman's name? Camille Harrison. Not only a first-class passenger but also the newly appointed CEO of the airline. Camille smiled and said, "Now that you know who I am, let me tell you who I was. I grew up cleaning floors in airports like this one. I dreamed of the skies, but people like you always told me no. And now, I'm in charge. So, let's ensure this doesn't happen to anyone else." The plane erupted in applause. Respect shouldn't be reserved for titles or appearances. It should be given freely, to everyone. These stories are more than just moments in time. They're reminders. Reminders to challenge our biases, to respect one another, and to never underestimate the power of grace in the face of prejudice.